Welcome back to Stuff That We Like / Enjoy, at least at this point in time. I am Caleb.
And I'm Christina.
We're the Castanetas. And today, I'm going to ask Christina. Actually, you go for it, babe.
All right. And today, I'm going to ask Caleb what's something he likes / enjoys, at least at this point in time.
So, something I like / enjoy is Olympic trivia.
Oh, fun.
I don't know why I'm doing the John Cena theme song. We're going to go with it. What was that?
I was going to start singing the Olympic anthem, but then Star Wars came out.
Ba, 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 ba. You're not going to get a lot of these. If you're singing Star Wars, it's the Olympic. All right, well.
What made you decide on Olympic trivia?
Well, my baby loves the Olympics.
I do love the Olympics. Yes, they're ending today.
They're ending today.
As we're recording this on Sunday.
Yeah, and so I thought to commiserate with you missing the Olympics right now, we could do some Olympic trivia.
Very fun.
Yeah.
Cool.
So this is going to be primarily about the history of the Olympics.
Oh,
so
wow.
not current Olympics.
Okay.
And no pressure to get it right or wrong. I'm kind of spring this on you, but I thought it'd be fun to do.
There we go. That's great. And learn a little bit about the Olympics.
Yeah. And this is kind of a cop-out because I didn't feel like writing an actual topic.
That's fine.
And I just want to love on you.
That's great. Well, it's funny because I think that either the first or second episode we ever did, I did it on the Olympics.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I was like, we can bring it back, but she gets to talk about
the
it.
Summer Olympics must have been going on or just had ended in 2024.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very fun.
Here we go.
Okay.
So the origins and traditions of the Olympics. That's the topic for these 4 questions.
Okay.
We're going to start with number 1. Where and around what time did the first ancient Olympic Games begin?
I know they began in Greece. I'm not exactly Athens, I believe. Time period. It's BC. Maybe 200 BC. Athens, Greece. Final answer.
I love it. What is 200?
Yes.
No. So Greece, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Started in Greece. And you're right about the BC part.
Okay.
But 200 is not far enough back.
Okay.
It's actually 776 BC.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
That was the first Olympic Games held in Greece.
Wow.
It's a long time ago.
And where were they held?
I don't know. Is it ancient Olympia in Greece?
Okay.
Is
Yeah.
that a place? Ancient Olympia?
Well, I mean, that makes sense. It's the Olympics would have been named after it. I almost said that, but I'm like, I don't think there's a place called Olympia, but there used to be.
Oh, there we
Obviously.
go. There we go.
Another fun fact.
Give it to me.
Is so in either 1st or 2nd Corinthians in the Bible, Paul is writing to the Corinthians and he's like, just like a runner runs the race, for a crown, we're, running a race for another crown, salvation, eternity. And he wrote that because in Corinth, they had the Corinthian Games, which were held the years that the Olympic Games weren't held.
No way.
And so the people who lived in Corinth would have been very familiar with this thought of athletes running for a prize because it happened the Corinthian Games every other year as opposed to the Olympic Games.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Only you would know that.
There we go.
Question number 2. Why are the Olympics traditionally held every 4 years?
I don't know.
Because ancient Greeks measured time in 4-year intervals called Olympiads.
Oh, interesting. The Olympiad. So then they just held it every 4 years, which makes sense why the Corinthian Games were during the opposite years.
I guess so.
Every other 2.
Yeah?
Yeah, I do know that. So the Olympic Games, so they used to have the Olympic Games, just in Greece way back 776. You know? Obviously up until the time of Jesus, I'm not sure when they kind of faded out, probably when the Roman Empire and all that kind of collapsed. But when they started back up, I think 150, 125 years ago, the modern Olympic Games, they had the Winter and Summer Olympics held in the same year.
Oh, weird.
So they would have, say, in June of that year, maybe the summer games held in Paris, and then have them held in Russia in November or something like that. But they decide that's a lot. As we got into the modern day where it's like televised and stuff,
Yeah.
people aren't as interested, and so they decide, okay, Winter Olympics are going to be held every 4 years, but 2 years after the summer. So this alternating system started. So we've only had separate Olympic games, winter and summer, I think for the last 25 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
cool.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
So you would have all of the Olympics in 1 year.
Yes.
And then wait.
Another 4 years.
Interesting. So our parents remember that.
Yeah. Even when we
Whoa.
were born, that's how it was. We were too young, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Cool.
It's another interesting. Since I don't know the answers to all these, I just got to throw out
Yeah,
my
you
other
gotta,
Olympic
you gotta save
factoids.
face somehow. All right, number 3. What's the ancient tradition called that called for peace before and during the games?
I don't know what the tradition's called, but I do know that the idea of the games is supposed to be we put aside all of our differences for 2 weeks to show the love of sport.
Yeah.
I don't know. They had Charlize Theron come out at this last Olympics and quote, who's that guy from South Africa who was imprisoned and let out?
Oh, yeah. The guy who's in Unbroken?
I think he's a political leader.
Oh, never
It's going to be
mind.
embarrassing that we don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. God bless you, though, sir. Or ma'am.
We have to know who he is.
I don't. I'm totally fine not knowing.
Well, anyway, she got out and quoted some stuff by him.
Okay.
I want to call him, I'm not going to try because I'm going to mess it up.
McCain?
No.
McCain was a POW.
It was an African man who was imprisoned and then let out.
Oh, I thought you said he was in prison in Africa.
Yes.
Oh, African man in prison in Africa.
Yeah.
How do we know this guy? Obama?
Well, he's from somewhere.
That's true.
Oh, I got to look this up.
Okay. Do you want me to tell you what it's called while you look it up?
Yes.
Yes. It's called the Olympic Truce.
Oh, okay. Well, that's kind of what I was thinking, that you put it all to peace.
Yeah.
Nelson Mandela.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. I
Look
had
at
to say that. Anyway, so she did a thing about peace and we're all coming together kind of a thing.
That's cool.
At this last Olympics. So,
Yeah. Which I agree.
yeah.
Let's just set everything aside. And we were talking earlier today. It's let's not bring politics to the Olympics.
Yeah.
It makes it way less fun when
Such
people.
a bummer.
Yeah, people are like, I hate this about my country. I'm sad that I'm here for my country, and they're from America or they're from the UN or whatever,
Right.
and it just bums everybody out. They're like, why are you there?
Yeah.
Just like you said, compete as an individual.
Yes, if you just go as an individual athlete, not under a certain flag or country, if you dislike your country so much,
Right. It's supposed to be a time of positivity, winning,
Exactly.
overcoming things,
Yeah.
setting new world records. Let's not bring politics into it. Let's enact the Olympic truce on politics.
There we go. Although here's another interesting factoid, because there's a lot going on that likely the U.S. will, attack or invade Iran in the coming week.
Yeah, hopefully not.
And people are hypothesizing that they're going to wait until the Olympics finish up today. Because Russia has done that twice in 2000, I think, 14 and 22. They waited until the day or two after to attack
Wow.
Ukraine or Crimea. So,
Got to get that gold before you
so
go
they do
and-
the truce for the
go to
2
war.
weeks, and then, because Russia had attacked Ukraine, they haven't been allowed to compete under the Russian flag at this last 2 Olympics.
So they're all competing as individuals?
Yes, just individual under the Olympic flag.
Wow.
And they were banned prior to that because there was such a huge doping scandal.
Yes.
So they were banned also. So Russia hasn't competed under the Russian flag for, I think, 8 to 10 years.
Well, because of that documentary Icarus came out
Yes.
and revealed everything that they were doing. It's pretty insane.
Pretty wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll just say keep politics
Keep
out
politics
of it.
out of it, guys.
And maybe we could just keep a truce post-Olympics too.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of nice. But probably not.
Probably not. So number 4, When was the modern Olympic flame first lit, and where did the torch relay tradition start? I can give you a hint about this one if you want.
Well, I'm guessing that the torch relay tradition started. Is it connected to like the marathon?
No.
Running? Okay. So are you saying the first
So
country to kind of do it?
when was the first modern Olympic flame first lit, and where did the torch relay tradition start?
I want to say like 1894. And I don't know where the tradition started.
Okay. So in 1928,
Okay.
the flame was first lit in Amsterdam.
Oh, cool.
Of all places.
Very
Look at
interesting.
that.
Yeah.
Maybe we go visit that someday.
That'd be neat.
You've been there enough. You probably
Yeah.
know your way around. And the torch relay started at the 1936 Berlin Games.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Has become a big
Interesting.
thing. People like run across the world now.
Yes. Yeah. I remember. So the Salt Lake City Games, I think, happened in 2000. I want to say 2000, maybe 1998. But they were going through like Fort Collins or Windsor, where I grew up. And so my mom bundled us up. It was like, I remember walking through snow drifts, and we stood on the edge of the road, like covered in snow. It was so cold, and watched the Olympic flame get passed by. And I just thought it was really neat.
That's so cool.
But it happened so quick. I think in my mind as a little kid, I was thinking of like a parade was going to happen.
Yeah.
It just like one dude with, the torch ran by. I was like, oh, that was it?
That was it?
That was really cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
That's a good memory.
Interesting. Do you know why they do the torch thing?
I don't.
I think it's something about spreading the Olympic spirit throughout the country.
Yeah.
Something. I'm not
That's
sure.
cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll get behind it. It's a
Yeah.
pretty fun tradition.
Yeah.
So here we get into modern games and facts.
Okay, so
about
those
the
were all
Olympics.
more ancient. These
Yes,
are more
those
modern.
are about history.
Maybe
So
I'll
these
do
are
better.
these are about modern. In what year and city were the first modern Olympic Games held?
Athens, Greece. It just seems sense that they would restart it there.
You're right.
Is
Athens,
it? Okay, cool.
In 1896, they restarted in Athens.
I was so close when I'd guessed when the flame thing was.
Yeah, I
I
think
said
you said-
1898 or something.
Something similar to
Yeah.
that. Which country hosted the first Winter Olympics?
Oh, man. The United States.
It's called Chamonix or Chamonix. I don't know how to pronounce it.
France.
France.
Okay.
In 1924.
Okay.
So here's one you probably already know because we talked about it. True or false, the Summer and Winter Olympics used to be held in the same year.
True. Up until 20, 30 years ago.
Yeah, until 1992.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
right. So it was before we were born. It
So
switched.
like 2 years before we were born.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I'm glad they switched because, like,
Yeah.
I feel like you'd not be as interested in the Olympics if it was every a 4-year gap and then just a couple months later you have it.
Yeah.
That even happened because of COVID. The Winter Olympics were supposed to be held in Beijing. I think I'm getting these right. But they pushed it to 2021. But then just 7 months later were the Summer Games, or it might be vice versa, winter and summer. So it was very odd that it was like kind of all crammed in close. And because of that, certain people got to qualify for the Olympics that wouldn't have before because they were old enough. So that was interesting. But other people were like, I was at the peak of my career.
Yeah.
And now I have to wait. And they just
That was
didn't
a
make
fun
it.
year for you, though. It
was.
You got a lot of Olympic time in.
There we go.
The next question. What material was used to make the medals at the Tokyo 2020 Olympics?
Is it not gold, silver, and bronze? Is it something different?
It is, but it's recycled from this one material. Or one of the primary materials they used was this one thing.
Oh, recycled.
Yeah.
Are we thinking like soda cans? Something like that recycled? Mm-hmm. Okay. Soda cans.
It was actually old cell phones.
Oh.
Yeah.
I guess you can get, precious metals from cell phones, little bits of gold and stuff like that.
There you go.
Probably trying to be sustainable or
Probably.
something like that.
Yeah. As they build entire cities.
Right. Yeah. And then they've tried to do like because they'll build like an Olympic village for the athletes to stay. And you can't stay for the whole games. You're just only allowed to stay for like the day or two before your competition and then like the day or two after.
Yeah.
But I think in France, they built them like the bed frames and beds out of like cardboard to be like sustainable or something. And they were like super small and like easily crushed and things like
Wasn't
that.
there a problem with the food that year too?
Yeah, there's always people have a problem with the food. At this last Olympics, people really liked it because it's in Italy, so it was just a bunch of pasta and pizza.
Bunch of carbs.
You can't mess that up too much.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I heard this year they ran out of condoms for the first time.
I don't even know if it's the first time. I think that's an always time.
Oh my gosh. What is happening?
It's just a whole, I don't know if it's a cultural myth or it actually happens that you just go to the Olympics and hook up with people. But I can't imagine that that's too accurate because you're sharing these rooms with multiple people. You're focused on like the biggest moment of your life. I guess maybe if you're not a super good athlete, but
it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't have that much time on your hands. It's like 2 weeks.
Yep.
2 weeks. How many athletes?
I'm not sure in this last one, but I think over around 600 to 800. It's funny. I'm throwing out these numbers and I could be totally off.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But you're not even there for the whole time.
No.
Yeah.
You're just there for your part of the time.
Yeah.
It means you're going at it like 10 times each, right?
I don't know how many condoms they provided.
I heard it was 10,000. Anyways, we can move on.
Yes.
Get a hold of yourselves, people, if that's
Yes.
true. Number 9. Question number 9. Records in sports history.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll probably know a lot about
Before
these.
we get to that,
Yeah.
I wanted to pop in. There was I don't know if he's from somewhere in Northern Europe, that he had cheated on his long-term girlfriend the week before the Olympics, or at least he told his girlfriend that he cheated on her
Oh, yeah.
just a couple days before the Olympics. And then he won gold. And they were like, how are you doing? And he's like, I'm so sorry, Savannah. Like, that I cheated on you and you were the gold of my life. And I figure if, like, I have some public humiliation, then maybe you'll take me back. And then he ended up winning 4 more medals over the rest of the Olympics. So people were like, oh, no, what's he going to say this time?
Oh, my gosh. Did he say anything?
I don't think anything about that.
Okay.
But the news was reaching out to his girlfriend. He's like, yes, I saw that. Thank you. And we'll deal with that later.
That's humiliating.
Yeah. But he was like, I'm just going to embarrass myself and maybe she'll take me back.
You know, good for him, but I still don't think she should take him back.
Yeah, probably
It's
not.
just not a good move.
Yeah.
Wow.
But hey, of all the ways to try and just expose yourself for being the scumbag you were,
Yeah.
just tell the whole world instead of your gold medal moment.
Exactly. I see. There's one guy who's not using any condoms.
Right?
Yeah. Number 9. Who won 8 gold medals at one Olympics? A record for the single games.
Oh, definitely Michael Phelps.
Yes.
Yes.
Nice.
That's cool because there was a Norwegian guy this Olympics. I don't remember his name, but he just won 6.
Okay.
So he's now the second most decorated Olympian
Super
after Michael
close.
Phelps.
Wow.
Yeah. I think he has like 12 or 14 medals, but Michael Phelps has like almost 30. So I don't think anybody
crazy.
will ever reach him.
What sport, combines cross-country skiing and rifle shooting and was once called military patrol?
I think it's called the biathlon.
Yeah.
Thank
there
you.
we go.
Americans aren't very good at that one.
No, the Norwegians kill it, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think it's less because I would think Americans are more, adept at shooting things because
Yeah.
we have guns.
Yeah.
But we're just not that great, I guess, at cross country skiing.
I mean, apparently not.
Yeah.
Which Swedish athlete holds the distinction of being the first Olympian to fail a drug test for drinking beer?
How does that work?
Don't know.
I don't know.
His name was Hans Gunnar, and it was in 1968.
Weird. You must have drink a lot of beer
Yeah.
for a drug test?
Yeah.
Huh. I'll look more into that.
Maybe it was like he said he drank beer. But they're like, there's cocaine in here.
Yeah. He's like, oh, I
Or
just drank
like-
a lot of Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Back when they put cocaine in it.
Oh, exactly. There's a lot of hormones in this Coca-Cola you got here.
Well, that's a bummer of a way to miss out.
Yeah.
Assuming that he didn't actually do drugs.
Did you hear there was one year at the CrossFit Games where like the top 3 people. No. There's only one person that got popped at the CrossFit Games. Oh, what am I thinking of? I can't remember. Anyways.
Okay.
We'll move on.
Yeah.
I'll come back to it.
But I know at the 2021 Olympics, either 2021 or 2022, quite a few athletes just couldn't compete because they got COVID and they were testing them all the time. And that's back when like you probably were done being sick, but they made you quarantine. So like they made it to the Olympics and then they had to be like locked up in this little room for like 2 weeks. It was so depressing.
That does suck.
So that'd be a real bummer way to miss out.
Oh, absolutely. Question number 12. Name one Olympic event that was once in the Summer Games before the Winter Olympics existed.
Okay, that's now in the Winter Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
Ice skating?
Very close.
Okay.
Figure skating.
Okay.
We'll count it.
Yeah, there we go.
Nicely done.
Thank you. That's what I was thinking of was figure skating.
That's really well done.
Because I was just thinking of what would be a that you would have that sport in countries where there weren't a lot of snow.
Yeah. Great job, babe.
Thank you.
And we'll do one more. It's a little bit challenging.
Okay.
Could be fun. So, what is the name of the oath athletes traditionally take at the opening ceremony?
It's like the athlete's something.
Close.
The athlete's Olympic vow.
Oh, very close.
Okay.
Yeah.
The sportsman vow of the Olympics.
Further away.
Oh, no. What is it?
It's the Olympic oath.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nothing about the athletes.
Nothing
Just
about the
Olympic
athletes.
oath.
Yeah.
Okay.
Before medals are awarded, what did winners receive in the ancient Olympics?
They got a wreath
Yeah.
for their hair.
Great
for their
job.
head made out of like olive branches or stuff like that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Look at you, girl.
Yeah.
And how many times have the Olympic Games been fully canceled and why?
I do believe world wars. I don't know if it was World War I or World War II. Maybe 2 or 3 times.
That's it.
Okay.
You did it. Great job.
Was it World War I
it's
and
World
2?
War I and World War II.
Okay. 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
Canceled.
It's 3 times. Sorry.
Okay, look at
I forgot. I didn't understand what you're asking.
Oh, no,
but
you're
yeah,
good.
3 times.
Thank you.
Nicely done, babe.
That's why the 1934-36 Olympics in Berlin were so contentious because it was right before the World War and it was Hitler was there. And they were really against black athletes. And I believe, I wish I wouldn't get his name wrong, but there was an amazing black
Nelson Mandela.
black runner that won and several of the track events and Hitler wouldn't even acknowledge him and stuff.
no.
And he went back home and he should have been like a national hero in America, but we were still so racist and stuff. So it's like nowadays we view him as like such a hero, but he just wasn't celebrated for how he was being at these games.
That's so crazy.
And there was also a couple of athletes at that Olympics that were, I don't know if I'd say they were transgendered, but more like intersex, like one of those few oddities where they weren't quite sure what they were.
Yeah.
And then as they grew up, they're like, I think maybe I actually am a man, but they were raised as women. So they had them in like diving competitions and they did very well. But then it's like,
Yeah.
I think you were a dude.
That's always a tough situation.
Yes.
But do you have your own Olympics for them? Or do you just...
Well, and back then you didn't have all that genetic testing.
Yeah, totally. But like now,
Yes.
do you have your own Olympics for them? Or do you just... You have to say you can't participate?
Yeah. I don't know. I know in the Summer Olympics, maybe 8 or 12 years ago, there was a couple runners from Africa who were women, but were on the more that almost dude spectrum of
Almost a
intersex.
dude,
and so
yeah.
they had really high testosterone levels, but they were technically women. And so it's this whole, I think one got disqualified, the other ones were allowed. It was like this tricky thing because they weren't trying to trick anybody. They really were women mostly.
Yeah.
And so I don't know what you do with that. If you had events for them, there'd be you would just win because you'd be the only person in it.
I mean, unless there's you'd be surprised though, the world around. I mean, what if they found enough people to have like 10.
Right. I guess there'd just be one really good person and
Yeah.
the rest are like not
Yeah.
that great.
Well, dude, it could be like the woman group, but the man is capitalized, you know?
I do feel bad for I felt bad for those athletes.
Yeah,
though.
absolutely.
Because they were like, they didn't look overly masculine, but they just were like,
Yeah.
it's too bad.
Huh.
Yeah. Especially if you're born in, more third world countries. It's, different than here.
Oh, totally. Yeah, like people are way less receptive of that in third world countries.
Or even like, here you do blood tests and all that stuff and like testing.
There you're just a really masculine woman.
You're just born and you're like, okay, we think you're a girl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then maybe you're not. Mm-hmm. It's rough.
You got some testicles up in there somewhere.
Yep. Well, thank you. Was that all the Olympic? We went all sorts of places with that one. Do you have any favorite Olympic moments?
My favorite Olympic moments are when Christina's happy from watching the Olympics.
Aw.
Because that means she's having fun.
That's nice.
That's all that matters to me.
That's very fun.
Yeah. Moving on to our next section of this podcast, we're going into the Legend Lowdown.
The Legend Lowdown.
This is where you tell you about legends, myths, things across the world that haven't been fully confirmed or are practically unconfirmed in every single way.
Right. Yes. This one could have happened.
Okay.
Okay.
And then we just have a little fun going over the history of it. So, Christina, what are you doing today? What topic are you bringing us for the Legend Lowdown?
Okay. This week's legendary legend. Oh, the Legend Lowdown. I wrote it wrong. We'll get it right, with our 3 more episodes on this topic. So this one comes at the request of several people, but primarily some of our younger fans.
Huzzah.
So Elijah, Caius, and Leo, this topic is in honor of you.
No way.
Yes. And the topic is, who is Bigfoot?
I love it. Love it.
Because our younger fans are really into Bigfoot, and so they requested this topic. So, do you know who Bigfoot is? The legend of Bigfoot.
I'm gonna go real quick.
Okay.
Because there's a lot I could say. He's a creature who lives in the woods somewhere that has not been confirmed whether he's real or not. Mm-hmm. And he's got big feet.
Okay. Love it.
There we go.
Pretty close. So
Close?
Bigfoot, also known as Sasquatch, which sounds weird to say Sasquatch. I would say a Sasquatch.
Yeah.
But then again, there are many Bigfoot. Are they big feet?
Yeah. I think, what if there was like lots of them, like a herd of them? Mm-hmm. What would you call that?
Big feet.
Big feet?
I don't know. Because I was just saying, known as Sasquatch, like I wouldn't say, and there's this animal known as pig.
Yeah.
I'm like, they're pigs, or there's elephants, not elephant.
I think if there was like a group of them and we're like trying to define a group name, I would call it a heel of Bigfoots.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. What do you think of that?
A locker of Bigfoot.
A
Like
locker?
the foot locker. For the shoes.
That's so good. It's a locker.
Well, okay. Anyways, Bigfoot, also known as Sasquatch, is a legendary, large, hairy creature that is described as being part human and part animal. He's typically, and by he, people often say he. There could be she, big feet.
Yeah, come on, people.
But could be he.
Open your minds.
Typically stand at 6 to 8 feet tall with ape-like features. So they're known to walk upright on their back legs like a human would, but have longer hair covering their face. They don't look like humans other than that they stand upright and kind of walk a bit like humans. But about 6 to 8 feet tall is what most people estimate. They're said to inhabit remote forests across North America, leaving behind oversized large footprints and occasionally startling hikers, loggers, or campers.
Wow.
So while some consider Bigfoot to be completely mythical due to there being any hard evidence, such as bones or DNA from a Bigfoot, Bigfoot has become very cultural folklore. Like people tell stories about Bigfoot. Many believe that he exists, and there's been thousands of reported sightings over the decades.
Thousands is a lot.
Thousands, yeah. And you can actually see all these reportings at the Bigfoot Field Researchers Organization,
No way.
called BFRO. So they have documented thousands of reported encounters and numbered them, and they've graded them on levels like A and B. So B would be that you heard some rustling in the woods and maybe smelled a funky smell, because Bigfoot is known to smell like a wet dog and not great. Or you found footprints. That would be a B level sighting, and an A level would be you saw him with your eyes.
Wow.
Yeah. Bigfoot's often portrayed as being shy or elusive, roaming wooded areas in search of food and not wanting to come in contact with humans. Yeah. So do you know where the origins of Bigfoot came from?
I'm going to guess somewhere in America.
Okay.
Although I feel like it could be Canadian as well.
Cool.
So, yeah.
That's a great guess. It's kind of both. So the legend of Bigfoot has deep roots in Native American folklore, particularly among Pacific Northwest tribes. So that would be like Washington State, Oregon, up into Canada, that area.
Wow.
The first historical documentation of Bigfoot sightings date to the early 1800s, but these legends are considered ancient, often described as existing before recorded history. So within Native communities and tribes, the legend of Bigfoot has existed for like pretty much forever. But the first documented evidence would have been in the 1800s, because Native American tribes didn't have like formal writing or record keeping kind of a thing. So the modern version of Bigfoot gained traction in the 20th century. In 1929, a Canadian man named J.W. Bruns, who worked with indigenous tribes, published accounts of hairy giants based on the stories from these local tribes. And he coined the term.
There we go.
What does that mean, to coin a term?
Coin the term?
I know what it means, but I wonder where that came from.
You got a term?
And you coin it.
Put a coin on it. That's mine.
Well, anyways, so he heard these stories from indigenous tribes, and he coined the term Sasquatch, which came from a native word, Sasquatch, that translated to hairy man or wild man.
There we go.
So that's where we get the word Sasquatch.
Huh.
The U.S. concept of Bigfoot exploded about 20 years later in 1938, when a journalist called Andrew Gonzoli reported on massive 16-inch footprints found by loggers near Bluff Creek, California, dubbing the culprit Bigfoot.
Got it.
Which then became one word, Bigfoot. Early reports include sightings from settlers of a wild man in the Oregon River area in 1904, and also encounters with miners in the 1800s. So kind of this amalgamation of people sighting it and what we now know as Bigfoot. And similar legends exist in other parts of the world, like the Yeti in the Himalayas, but Bigfoot's story is tied specifically to North America.
Cool.
Yeah. So where do you think Bigfoot is most sighted?
North America.
Within the U.S.?
Within the U.S. Probably Minnesota.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, I'd say Minnesota. I could also see not Wyoming. Yeah, Wyoming maybe. Yeah, those are my two guesses.
So the majority of Bigfoot sightings are concentrated in the Pacific Northwest area, Washington State and Oregon in particular, because there's very dense forests that aren't as cold maybe as like Minnesota or something. Yeah. So an ideal habitat for Bigfoot. And so according to the Bigfoot Field Researchers Organization, Washington State leads with 642 reported encounters. And then California is number 2 with 437. And then the third most common state is surprisingly Florida.
Weird.
So he's living out in the Everglades swamps.
He's a snowbird.
Yeah.
He winters there.
There's been recorded Bigfoot sightings in every U.S. state except for Hawaii.
Okay.
Yeah. And in my home state of Colorado, there's been 131 documented sightings, with one that happened last year, actually. So in March of 2025, there was a report from Boulder County where a resident reported spotting an 8-foot-tall ape-like figure walking briskly along the road north to Boulder around about 10 p.m.
That's big for a Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Because they're supposed to be 6 foot something.
Yeah.
So 8-foot Bigfoot, who's probably like the leader.
Just walking along the road.
Yeah. Just
Heading
going
toward
for a
Boulder.
walk.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. So I pulled up a couple of Bigfoot encounter stories.
Okay.
So one happened in Pike National Forest in Colorado in 1998. There was a professional hunting guide leading a group of hunters in the Pike National Forest, and they spotted a massive dark figure squatting by a beaver pond at dusk. It stood up to be an estimated 8 feet tall with long arms and a cone-shaped head. The next day, the group found enormous footprints that dwarfed their size 10 boots by like an extra 8 inches. And the next year, hunting alone in the same area, that same guide had a close encounter where a large creature approached his camp at night, circled around it, and made deep vocalization, groaning noises.
Okay.
And he described feeling watched and hearing heavy footsteps. And since that time, there's been 10 additional sightings in the Pike National Forest.
10 sightings.
Yeah,
Must have moved there.
there we go. And then one more that I thought was fun from Eatonville, Washington State in 2010. A group of hikers near Eatonville turned a corner while hiking by a waterfall and were hit with the smell of a wet dog, which is often reported with Bigfoot sightings. They noticed a huge black creature that was crouched down like a human drinking directly from the river. One of the hikers yelled in surprise, and the creature looked at them, stared at them for a moment, and then bolted lightning fast into the trees. And that was that sighting.
How tall was it?
They didn't say for sure, but they said he was really tall once
Okay.
he stood up.
Huh.
Yeah. So that's a little bit about the legend of Bigfoot.
Wow.
It's really ancient, coming from indigenous tribes, and then has become a modern belief among many.
Look at that.
Yeah.
All right.
What do you think about Bigfoot?
It's probably not real.
Okay.
Probably just some people in the woods, or like people saw bears standing on their hind legs from afar.
Yeah.
But it's fun to theorize about.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think there could be a chance that Bigfoot is like this rare creature that we've never seen. I think in order for that to be true, that'd be really wild that we hadn't discovered any of its remains unless it had some sort of like supernatural abilities. I think that'd be the only way that Bigfoot could actually exist. I don't think it's like just another species of animals that's out there per se.
No, I don't think so. Because we have like infrared everything now.
Right.
There's no way you couldn't see this thing from above and then kind of follow it around if it gave off a heat signature, which it seems to be a warm-blooded animal.
Right.
There's just too many tracking mechanisms we have now for this not to be discoverable.
Yeah.
But that's me talking as somebody who has never used any of those hunting methods before.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, I don't know.
So I'm like open to the idea of there being some sort of, I don't know, supernatural element related to it. But as for the actual creature, maybe not.
Maybe not.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be like, if I found out he was real, I'd be like, oh, totally cool. I wouldn't be like closed off to it.
Totally.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Good job.
Thank you.
Nice topic.
There we go.
Lastly, on this podcast, we'd like to recommend something
Yes.
to our listeners. Christina, is there a recommend you have for them?
Yes, it comes from a quote I read last week, which was, the winner and the loser have more in common than the person sitting in the stands. So just the encouragement to just try something. If you're wanting to, try a new hobby, apply for a new job, that, you have more in common with people who put forth effort and are adventurous and take risks than those who don't. So it's better to be a risk taker and fail than to never have realized your full potential. So take some risks, I guess.
I agree.
Yeah.
100%.
What about you?
I would say, man, we've had a couple good experiences with hotels recently. And it's just been from paying like a little bit extra when you travel. Mm-hmm. Upgrading from that twin bed to a queen bed for a $50 increase, or like to a nicer hotel for a $50 increase. A lot of the time it's totally worth it.
Yeah.
I would just save the extra money and spend that extra money because you're going to be sleeping and not having to worry about bugs, cockroaches, not having to wake up, see toenails in the tub. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I do.
So,
Unfortunately.
Yeah, everybody just spend like that extra couple bucks, get a nicer room, and I don't know, take more time to save.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Yeah. If you're traveling, stay in a hotel, yeah, maybe don't go out to eat that day and just spend it on a little bit of a nicer hotel. It's a much more enjoyable experience.
Totally.
Yeah. Would recommend.
Thanks. Lastly, on this podcast, we'd like to tell everybody that we have a video and podcast company called Moodwave Media, where we come out to your church and we set up a podcast, or we help you video anything you need or meet all your video needs for your church or nonprofit. It's called Moodwave Media. You can contact us at moodwavemedia@gmail.com. Christina has an Instagram.
Yes.
It's called
See Joyfully.
And you can reach her on that. We post on there about once a year. I have an Instagram under Caleb C Media. You can reach out to me for video, photography, and I also write music on all platforms under Caleb Castaneda, in case you want to hear that or need music written for you. And lastly, you can reach out to this podcast for topics you want us to do, things you've read you find interesting, or any questions or revisions, or things that you found that we said are wrong.
Yes.
We welcome correction because we do not claim to be experts.
Yes, on my Olympic facts, I'm sure I got many things wrong.
Yeah.
The general vicinity.
Yeah, in the ballpark.
Yeah.
That's what we aim for, in the ballpark.
Yeah.
You know, it's like when you miss the shot, but you're like kind of around it. What do people say? I play with hand grenades, not something.
Oh, it's something about horseshoes and hand grenades.
Yeah, horseshoes and hand
Or like
grenades.
if you shoot for the moon, you'll land among the stars.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
Something like that.
Yeah. So that's who we are. So anytime you guys find something that's not true that we said, please write in and we'll have a correction the next week.
We won't be offended.
Not at all. And you can do that at stuffthatiwelikepodcast@gmail.com. We also have an Instagram for this, Stuff That We Like Podcast on Instagram. It's where all our updates come out, all of our posts for our podcast episodes. So you can scroll through those, see if you like any of them. Give us a like on Spotify, Apple, or YouTube. It really does help people find us.
It does. Yeah.
That's it.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us this week. This has been Stuff That We Like / Enjoy, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.